Here we are back. This channel is for people that are getting into the hobbies, newbies for example, that want to get into wrenching into RCs. If you're watching this video, you've probably been following the trimming and painting of this 1991 Mustang Fox Body that we're going to be using on our drag car build, and you've probably been following that, hopefully. So, that being said, we are now going to start unmasking other parts so we can start applying other colors. Now, since I've been talking about painting, again, I mentioned in the other video, you want to do it in an area that's well aired. Just aired out, good air circulation. And part of it is because of the fumes of the paint, and to be honest, it smells. Now, I'm not saying it smells bad. I mean, it smells kind of good, I'll be honest, but don't smell it for a long period of time. It's bad for your lungs, it's bad for your health. So even if you love the way it smells, don't do it. But even if it smells good, there can be too much. I mean, it can be overpowering. So don't do it indoors. Definitely don't do it indoors. The other thing too is you don't want to do it, say, in a bedroom, living room, etc. with furniture, because the overspray will fall on the furniture, and then you're gonna have overspray on the furniture. And I don't know about you, but my wife would probably put me in a doghouse, and I've never been there. I don't want to go there. I like sleeping indoors where it's warm. So keep that in mind. And if you are young, you don't want to be grounded for something like this, right? You want to continue that RC budget, get your RC allowance. Therefore, you want to be careful with everything that you do. Be responsible. Main thing, be responsible and be respectful, because all that furniture costs money, which means somebody had to work for it. Alright, so I'm going to start stripping this tape. As I strip the tape, you have to be careful not to strip the previous masking. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this here. There we go. So the nice thing about those little tabs I made. Alright, let's start stripping forward back. And the reason why I'm going to start stripping forward back is if you look at this here, see that little piece of tape there? If I start pulling, it's going to start stripping that off. So I actually want to strip this tape this way so that it doesn't strip these pieces of tape, because I want that as part of the design. So the way you start taking the masking tape off does matter. There, we actually took part of the design out. Oh well, there we go. That's what not to do. Okay, perfect. And then just go over it with your finger to make sure it's fine. There we go. So we just lost a small little piece there. You can repair it or leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. I think it's going to look quite neat. And then we're going to use the other colors. So again, get good quality polycarbonate paint. Tamiya again is a good brand. Traxxas from Horizon Hobbies is good. No, I'm not being sponsored, even though it kind of sounds like an advert. But just get quality products. And here we have a problem. I'm taking off the glass. Alright. When you start stripping tape like this, instead of going straight as I was doing, just kind of lift a little, go at an angle. So strip the tape like this. It'll really help out not taking off some of the other masking that you want to stay on. So if you're new to this, angle. Now again, even though this is really for people getting into the hobby as I've been talking about, or just doing a cool build, if you have a lot more experience and you're watching this video just for kicks, go ahead and just share your expertise with us, share your knowledge. Just put it down in the comments. But here we go. So we're about to apply the next coat. Alright, and we're ready for the other color. So this will be a different color. Notice I had to move some of the plastic here from the sides just to cover this portion here, this quarter panel, and then the rear and this. So there'll be a paint that'll go here, and then I'm going to strip this off, strip these out, put the other coat, and then you'll see what's going to happen. Now here I actually painted the white on first. There's going to be another color that's going to go on that's darker, and I want the other color to kind of neutralize the white. This white is very, very strong. So that's the reason why. But usually you would do light color over the dark color. That way it doesn't change. But this time I actually want an effect from the other paint. So you can use a darker color to darken the white if you want a little, just by backing the white with that darker color, which is what I'm going to do. Now, to remove the masking, you can just use a pick. If you have one of these, good. You can use a little blade, unless you're too young, adult supervision. Or you can just use a toothpick and then just kind of pick at the side. Because you want to remove this when it's not fully dry. It's dry enough. So if you touch the masking tape, it'll feel kind of sticky. The paint will. And that's when you want to remove it. So the reason why is if you remove it when it's completely dry, sometimes it'll be too hard, or you may strip some of the paint off depending on the brand, type of paint, how old the paint is. You know, there's a variety of different factors. Temperature is very important, as I keep mentioning. There we go. So we're just gonna strip the tape off, and that's it. So I'm gonna go through and strip everything off except for the windows, because again, I want them clear. One of the things that I want to point out on this design as well is that here on the sides, I only took half of the tape off, and the reason why is because this is going to go the other color, but then once I finish painting all of this one color, I'm going to strip this one off, and then I'm going to paint white again, because all of these are not going to be white. Alright, so now we have to remove the other pieces of tape. And see, that's the reason why I did that design. So now I can actually have a different color. I'm not going to worry about that little piece there because it's actually stuck to the window, which I'm going to remove anyway. But that's the reason why. So now that is going to be white. And now I have to take all this masking out. So far, that's what the front end looks like. Alright, now here it is. So again, I put the burgundy on and then I sprayed the white on afterwards. So that's the reason why I actually sprayed white on twice. Before burgundy and then after burgundy. Now if you want to make this look neater, just back it with one color. So you can take white, for example, back everything. So just paint everything white. That way it just looks neat when you take the body off and you flip it. I may do it with silver. I haven't decided yet. I'm going to take the window stickers off. My wife actually wants me to paint the window silver. It'll probably look pretty cool. I generally like having clear windows, but you know, she does control my RC budget, so I'm listening to her. So we'll see. But let me just take the windows and I'll show you what I have. Now, if you get to paint on your hands, which is bound to happen, right? You accidentally touch some masking tape or something, there's paint. You can use a paint thinner, or you can just use a little bit of acetone. Any brand works. This here just happens to be the stuff my wife has. So Onyx Professional Acetone. Now, really quick, if you're a kid, adult supervision, ask an adult. Do not expose yourself to 20 billion chemicals. But if you're an adult, I mean, it's pretty easy. Just rub it on really fast. It's super fast to take off. You're gonna need some lotion because it does dry off your skin quite a lot, and I mean, my skin's dry to begin with. Well, just my hands really. But I mean, just apply it quickly and I'll remove the paint right off your hands. That way you don't have to go, you know, public places or anywhere, meet people, and then have hands that are 20 billion colors. So like I said, I'll just remove it really quickly, and that's it. So now at this point, one of the things that you will notice is this is a sort of a flat color. There isn't much of a shine to it. It's really the Lexan that gives it the shine, but we still need to remove the protective film off of it. Now, like I said, I'm not sure if I want to put silver here or not. So if I remove the film now, one thing that can happen is I can get some overspray on the surface, on the finished part of the Lexan. So that's something you have to consider if you want to risk it or not. At this point, just for the purpose of this, since I cannot decide, I'm going to go ahead and just start stripping the protective film off of the Lexan. And there's a variety of ways that you can do it. You can either start in just a little corner, and you can just start peeling with your nail, and then you will see how it just starts peeling off, right, just like that. You can also use a piece of duct tape, for example the black duct tape. Gorilla brand makes a very high quality duct tape, which is the one I recommend to repair bodies. It's a lot better than shoe glue or using a backing cloth. But here, you can just use this. If you use the Gorilla tape, you just kind of tape it here and then you peel off and it'll pull this along with it. Anyway, I generally start off in a corner and then I'll work my way around. So as I work my way around, I get all the corners. And then you can start front to back, that works. You can go back to front. You can go side to side. The only reason why I don't go side to side is because it's a longer piece that I have to sort of roll. So that's the reason why I choose to go front back or back to front. And then over here, just kind of follow it through, start peeling. I mean, if you don't like this, you can just cut it and then strip this off. That works as well. But I like to get it off in as little pieces as possible. That's the reason why. And usually where you have to be a little more careful because it'll want to tear, although it doesn't matter if it tears because you're going to toss it anyway, is around the wheel wells. So I'll just start off one corner, I'll start peeling the other direction, and really that is all there is to it. So let's just say you don't want to back it with a different color, you don't want to paint the windows. This is it, your body is fully painted. So this is my Fox body fully painted. Now I just have to do the stickers on there. So we will get the stickers going. And really quick, these colors, the reason why I chose them, my wife likes them. If it were up to me, I would have picked that PS3 blue from Tamiya. But just to show you a different car, this is my US GT. So you can do it with any body really. So that's my US GT body right here. So again, same strategies for this one. But we're going to continue on with the stickers. Alright, so we're going to put the body aside. And these are the stickers here. Now the problem with the stickers is they're not cut out. So you're going to have to cut them out. You can use a Perry knife if you have one. Let's just say you don't have a razor blade or a box cutter. So box cutters, razor blades, X-Acto knives are the best way to go. But you can use a Perry knife. It just makes it easier to hold. Now, when you're cutting these, do not cut them on a neat surface like this. I mean, use a cutting board, for example, a piece of wood, and put it on top. Because the blades sometimes will go through, and you don't want to mark your table surface. It's just not very neat. I mean, I work on this surface a lot, and it still looks good. Actually, this desk is pretty old. So something you want to do is you want to follow lines. You don't want to go too deep because you don't really want to cut the backing. If you do accidentally, that's fine. Don't worry too much about it. Long story short, you just want to follow the lines. And one of the ways that you follow the lines is you actually just grab the tip. Everybody has a different way of holding a knife. I like holding the knife this way. Again, if you're quite young, you're a child, adult supervision, just have the adult do it for you. But everybody has a different way of cutting. So I just like holding it this way, gives me more control. And then I will just place it, and then I will just start scoring. And I'll just go along the line. So I'm going to do one. Once you do one, right, it's the same thing for the rest. And it's up to you if you want to turn the blade or the paper. I generally do both, especially when I'm going about some of these turns. So let's see. Right, here we go. Just keep going. And here we go. If you do lift the blade off, for example here, start the cut away from where you intend to cut. So let's just say I ended here and this is where I lifted the blade. I'm going to start my cut over here. And if you can end your cut when you're approaching a straight line, that's the best place to do it, because then it's just straight when you score. So as you score, you're going to begin on a straight line. It's always easier to begin on a straight line when you're going to start scoring. And then you just follow the line. Right now I'm just taking my time. Again, take your time, be patient. Something else too, when I was talking about the colors, I mentioned that it's because somebody else likes them. Actually, my wife likes those colors. I would pick something else. Here's the thing. There's a saying that goes that says, happy wife, happy RC budget. Actually, no, that's not it. It's happy life, sorry. But for those of you that are young kids, maybe you're 10, 15, I have no idea. If you're getting your budget from your parents, if your parents think what you're doing is really cool and they like it, they're probably going to give you more support, meaning probably more money. So when you're picking RC cars, if you want something that they really hate, hey, you know what? That's cool. More power to you. But if you get something that they also think is cool, you're probably going to get a bigger budget. So that's why you should have a little compromise. And sometimes do things that are cool, even if it wasn't what you were originally envisioning. But anyway, that's all you do, then this just peels right off. Try not to touch too much of the adhesive so it doesn't peel. And also, when I do touch these, I generally try touching in the middle because I'll get the bubbles. But what I really want to seal is the edges, because if the edges seal well, you're not going to get any air coming in there. That's the reason why. But anyway, you just do that. Notice that the backing here, I did not cut through it. Yeah, nope, I did not. You will notice some scoring, but it's still there. And the reason why is it makes it easier to peel the sticker, because then I can just grab, bend, and start peeling, as you saw me do. So I'm just going to cut these off, and then I'm going to apply them on the car, and that'll be the next step. So when you apply the sticker, make sure the surface is clean. Hopefully you haven't touched it too much, but you're generally going to apply the sticker and you're going to follow the lines. Usually the bodies will have little lines there. So just try to line it up as best you can and apply it lightly first. And then you can move this around. Don't tug on it too much because you'll warp the sticker. If you accidentally tug on it too much and you feel like you stretched it, just let it be for a while and it'll go back to its shape, unless you really messed it up. At which point, don't worry about it. Too late. Right. Now, once you see that everything kind of lines up, okay, now you can start somewhere and then start just pressing it and working your way toward the other way. I find it easier to start on the short side, right? So I'm pressing this way or pressing this way instead of this way. That way I get most of the air bubbles out. And then I can also shape the sticker. So you're gonna have to just work it, maybe use your nails, fingers, and then just start working the sticker over. And that's pretty much it. But once you do that, these stickers are actually, they will adhere quite well. Again, do not do this in cold weather or cold environment. So if it's very cold outside, don't do it outside, go indoors. But anyway, that's a sticker right there. So we're going to continue on, put all the stickers, and then I'll show you the final product. Now a quick little tip, when you're applying stickers on a rounded edge such as this, there's two things you can do once you start applying the sticker. So as you apply the sticker, again, you're going to be following the lines. And I'm going to have to do this backwards. We'll see how this works. So as you apply the sticker, I'm actually going to start here, and right, the lines are already marked on the body. This looks pretty straight. So I'm actually going to start working the sticker here. When I get to here, there's two things you can do. One, you can make a small little cut just using body scissors, right? For the Lexan scissors, just make a little cut. It'll make it easier. Cut a little triangle off, smooth it out, and that's fine. Or you can grab it and then stretch it. And these particular vinyl stickers are very good. They stretch, hold their shape, and then the adhesion is actually very good. So JConcepts actually has very good stickers. Again, I just wish they were pre-cut. That way I didn't have to cut them. But we'll see. Here we go. So I decided to go with the actual lights. You don't have to. You can actually just black out. Right here you go. But I decided to go to with the lights. As far as I'm concerned, NASCAR says it's cool to put light stickers on cars. I'm gonna put light stickers on cars. That's the way it goes. And yes, I know this isn't a NASCAR, this is a drag car, but still. Alright, and I have as many stickers as I want. I don't really like doing stickers, but anyway, we have the rear end. I did go, I know it's upside down. I went with the one that says Mustang. It's blue and gold, mainly because it reminds me of the license plates from the 80s California. That one's pretty cool too. It kind of reminds me of even older California plates. There's a few states that still use this. It would have been neat if they had the black and gold lettering. I used to have a 1942 and a 1946 F100. I'm not going to tell you what happened. It's a sad story, but that aside, anyway, I had the black with the gold lettering. So those would have been cool. Now, I didn't go with the Fox Body, although this is a Mustang Fox Body. Remember, Mustangs aren't the only Fox Bodies. Fox Bodies were just based off the Falcon platform, so there's other cars that were not Mustangs in the Ford family lineup that were also Fox Bodies. For those of you that are young and you're approaching driving age, maybe you have your permit, you haven't figured out what cool car you want, Fox Bodies are very inexpensive, readily available, and they're pretty cool cars. And like, again, it doesn't have to be a Mustang if you want a Fox Body. There's other cars out there. But there we go. Actually, I will be putting the 5.0 stickers on it, but I'll do that at another time. For right now, this is it. This is the body that's going to go on the drag build. Thank you very much for watching. Like, dislike, subscribe, hit the bell. I'll see you next time. Be good.